Impression of Margy's session was that she showed the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I was always had an adverse relationship with PowerPoint. At National Speakers, they teach us that PowerPoint makes a speaker powerless. So I used that as my excuse until I realized with my webinars I had to have PowerPoint. So mine were so pitiful. I sent her about 30 slides. She redid them and sent them back, and it was just like a beautiful movie unfolding. And so now I'm proud to be a speaker, even on a webinar, and use PowerPoint, which I never liked before.
It's interesting that you would ask me about Margy, because as I was filling out my evaluation for the weekend, she was number one on the list. And in terms of what I learned, what I gained from my own business, I mean, it was practical, it was innovative, it was thoughtful, it was action incentivizing. So I will definitely go back and call her and put her work to use.
Biggest takeaway was clarity, and just thinking about the audience first. So cleaning up basically your PowerPoint slides, or I'll speak for me, cleaning up my PowerPoint slides. So it's a lot easier on the audience as far as so they know exactly where I'm going, where I want to take them. But if I want them to have a call to action, it's clear, so I'm not confusing them. So she was excellent. Yeah, she really was.
In Margy's room and seeing the seasoned consultants that were already there and seeing their PowerPoints, but in the past and performances that they've done, but walking into this room and seeing the wow effect of each one of these seasoned coaches, seeing an image that was theirs, and then what Margy did to morph it to make it stand out and emphasize a much better presentation style. I myself have used Margy with 3 different of my projects, and everything I have now is going to go to her so that I have the opportunity to really show in a PowerPoint the value of communication style. PowerPoint, how boring is PowerPoint? But she made it beautiful. I mean, she got people engaged in understanding that just the little nuances that you can do and reaching out to the internet and adding to it. And the most important thing for me is not seeing her speak before, how well she presented and got engaged with the teams, the audience itself, so that they could learn the difference between a good or a better product.
Well, I went up to Margy yesterday at the SCN dinner, and I said, Margy, your presentation was one of the best that I've seen. I walked into that presentation being a little cocky, thinking, what could somebody possibly teach me about presentation skills? And I sat down and I listened to her for a few minutes, and I was instantly wowed. Her presentation was amazing. She taught me things I never knew I should even know about presentation skills. And so I was thrilled to have, 1, heard her, and now 2, met her. And soon I will be utilizing her. She will help me to improve my presentation visualization. So yeah, she's great.
I've been looking forward to Margy's presentation particularly because my PowerPoint slides are starting to look a little old. I present to the same groups year after year, sometimes twice a year. And if I change the background light, change the background dark, the content is still there. But I learned a full different way to make sure that the presentations are not only engaging, but the audience has a different perspective. In other words, using pictures instead of using text to make my point. Incredible before and afters. I actually submitted one of my before slides, and she turned around and made it an after slide that is very impressive, and I'm looking forward to utilizing her technique in my upcoming presentations. In fact, I can't wait to sit down at my computer, which is a rare thing to say for me, and actually rework all of my slides.
One of the amazing things I hoped to get out of this year's conference was improving my PowerPoint presentations. Margy Schaller was unbelievable with what she did with the befores and the afters. I was so impressed, I hired her! Woo! Absolutely. I speak largely in a very uninteresting world of dental materials, and a bar chart or a pie chart is much more visionary in giving me the information that I need to learn instead of bullet points or just a graph I can't read. So she's brilliant.
things that she did intuitively to make that presentation more palatable and understandable by just moving things around and the way they positioned them was mind-altering for me. I'm one of those people who, before this, thought the more information you could give, the better, and looking at what she did, being able to pull those bullet points into something more palatable and more understandable, amazing. It was amazing.
Being a presenter for 20 years, I know that there's always an opportunity to change what you present in the content, and she certainly gave a lot of awesome ideas, and we all need to improve. So I look forward to working with her and improving on my own, which I thought was pretty good until I saw what she had to offer.
I was very excited to see that we had brought somebody in to help us with PowerPoint presentation. Actually, I recommended that as something for this year's event last year, and I had submitted one of my slides hoping that I would be chosen to have it edited, but didn't have that opportunity. But just being able to see the things that she can help us with our PowerPoint slides is a big help for me, and I learned just a lot of wonderful things. I thought she did a great job. I really enjoyed the way that she took things from one point and showed the results of what she can accomplish. So it gave a very upbeat tone to where things were going with her talk. Go for her. Go for it. I would definitely recommend hiring Margy.
I have a little bit of a background in media and communication as well. Margy and I have chatted before, and I'm a lover of Prezi, and she talked about Prezi and PowerPoint, and so I really think she has a good eye, and she's just be able to kind of take your idea and just embellish it and make it look so good. So yeah, those before and afters were awesome.